So guys, the transfer window is upon Manchester United, and a lot of players are being linked to Manchester United, while a lot of players are being linked away from Manchester United. And for me personally, we are in a lot of summers, we will definitely sit here and say that this is our best transfer window. This is the transfer window we need to push ourselves over the next decade. This is the biggest transfer window we need to push ourselves forward. But I think this is the highest opportunity Manchester United is going to get in the transfer window in the coming years, because of course, if you look at Man City, Pep just left Man City. Liverpool no longer have Jurgen Klopp. You will see that Chelsea is no longer the team they used to be. Same as Tottenham, they are no longer the team that they used to be. And also Arsenal is only the real competition for Manchester United right now. And if we can get our recruitment right, it is also going to do us a lot of good, because it is going to push us over the line for the next 5 to 6 years. And if we don't get the recruitment right, we will definitely go back to 5 to 6 years, and this is something that we don't need right now at Manchester United. And I just feel we have a really good squad, we have a competitive squad. We just need to make some adjustments on the first team and try to get some depth. And if we recruit very well and also get a number of decent players, I feel Manchester United is going to be really competitive in the years to come. So today we are definitely going to be running through the recruitment process of Manchester United, try to look at a little bit of details and also the money we have available. Of course, based on reports, Manchester United have more than £250 million to spend on the transfer window because we made the Champions League. So of course, we are going to be running through several priority positions. I know we have spoken about a lot of priority positions, but I think on Tuesday morning there were developments from the Athletic concerning some of the players that Manchester United are interested in and some of the moves we already made on the transfer market. So starting with the left back, of course, we know we need a left back for next season. Luke Shaw has been at Manchester United for more than 13 years now, and we have really not seen the best of Luke Shaw in those years. He has just had like 2 or 3 good seasons out of 13 years, and I feel we need to move on from Luke Shaw now. And also looking at the left back position, we already know that Patrick Dogu next season is viewed more as a winger, even though that is not what I like, but he's viewed more of a winger next season. And of course, we need a left back to come in. And also the left back that Manchester United has been interested in is Lewis Hall. And of course, it was reported on Tuesday morning that Lewis Hall is going to cost Manchester United more than £50 million. And I feel for one of the best left backs in the Premier League that is also under the age of 23, I feel it is a no-brainer to go for Lewis Hall in the left back position. And also, of course, we have spoken tirelessly about the midfield position. We have been talking about the midfield position throughout this week, and also last week we have been talking about the right partners for Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes. And of course, you already know that Edison is a Manchester United player, and I know that once he's officially announced as a Manchester United player, we are going to do more in-depth analysis about Edison, the kind of player he is, what he's going to offer more to Manchester United. I know that we have spoken about his strengths and weaknesses, and if he tactically fits into Michael Carrick's system, but we also still have a lot to discuss about Edison. But we are not going to be discussing about that now, because of course I view Edison as a fourth midfielder for Manchester United, as a Kobbie Mainoo's backup. So of course, I expect Manchester United to go into the market to get 2 more midfielders, because of course Manchester United will be hoping to play at least 60 games next season, because you are competing in 4 competitions. So that means that Carrick needs a squad that he's going to trust, and a squad he's going to be able to rotate, because of course Carrick needs to use a squad that he trusts and not a squad that he's just been given to. He needs a squad that he can trust, so that he can make lots of substitutions and rotations at will without having to tweak his system. So of course Manchester United needs to recruit properly in the midfield. So Manchester United still needs 2 more midfielders outside of just getting Edison. So in total we need a total of 3 midfielders. And so using Patrick Dogu, like I said, as a winger is not something that I really like, because of course there are games where he cannot be able to operate as a left winger. So of course we need a 1v1 specialist, and as we all know, Rafael is available on the market, even though he's not a player that I like, because of course on the ball, in terms of dribbles, in terms of trying to be a 1v1 specialist, he's a very good player, but without the ball he's a total liability. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like Rafael. But of course there are a lot of players in the market that can be able to provide width on the left hand side. Of course, if Zexi leaves Manchester United, of course we can be able to get a backup striker, and also with the injury proneness of Matthias de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, of course we should be also looking to get 1 more CB for Manchester United. So of course, talking about the Edison signing, you're going to realize that I really like the new strategy of Ineos, because They like getting players that will really want to play for Manchester United, players that are really convinced about the project of Manchester United, and not players like Frankie de Jong that we have to really spend the whole summer convincing about the project of Manchester United, and then we end up not signing them. So of course, for the price you are going to be getting Edison is really going to be decent, and for the fact that he's not going to be a starting midfielder for Manchester United in every game, it is also a very decent movement for Manchester United. But I will just really ask for urgency for Manchester United, because Kobe Mino and Bruno Fernandes is going to be going to the World Cup, and we know that their countries are going to go really far in the World Cup. That means they are not going to report for preseason when others report, and we are definitely going to be playing a lot of big teams in the preseason. So we need lots of players. For me, I personally feel that the three midfield options of Manchester United should be cut in before the World Cup. Because also, let's talk about the next person we get before Edison. After Edison, who should we get next? It was also reported on Tuesday morning by the Athletic that Manchester United have spoken with West Ham for Matheus Fernandes, his wages, his transfer fee. So of course, that means that Manchester United is interested in Matheus Fernandes, and for me, the next target after Edison should be Matheus Fernandes. And ideally, I would like to wait after the World Cup to try to get the third midfielder. But you're going to find out that Tchouaméni and Elliot Anderson are basically unlikely for Manchester United to get now. So of course, for me, I'm going to be looking at getting Sandro Tonali, because of course Italy didn't make the World Cup. So of course, getting Sandro Tonali and getting three midfielders before this preseason starts is really going to help Manchester United, because then before Kobe Mino and Bruno Fernandes comes back, these midfielders must have been able to familiarize with the environment. They must have been able to get used to the tactics of Carrick at least. So of course, getting three midfielders, which is our most important position, is really going to set Manchester United in a very good tone for next season. Because of course, last season we prioritized in getting our forwarders and also prioritizing getting the goalkeeper, which actually paid off. But we cannot repeat the same mistake last season of neglecting the midfield. We need to get the midfielders very fast before the preseason starts. That way it is going to really give us a good strength going into next season's campaign. So also looking at the left wing, like I said, there is going to be a lot of options, of course, from the recruitment team, from the head of recruitment, that is going to be provided for the left wing. I personally feel that we need a very experienced 1v1 specialist that can also be able to provide goals and assists for us on the left wing. And also for the central back position, I've always been saying here on Tactical Trafford that the player that I would really like Manchester United to sign in the left central back position is Nico Schlotterbeck from Borussia Dortmund. He's an exact replica of Lisandro Martinez. He's a player that is definitely going to elevate how Manchester United wants to play in every phase. And also the striker position, of course, Manchester United delegation is in Italy talking to a lot of players, talking to a lot of agents. So of course, we should be able to get Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan, because like I've always said on Tactical Trafford, he's a leader, he's a captain for Inter Milan, he has won a lot of trophies, he has played in a lot of Champions League games. So of course, he has this mentality to win trophies, he has this mentality to win games. He's also going to affect our dressing room very positively. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section on the players that you feel that Manchester United should get in these various priority positions. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Trafford. See you guys in my next video.